Hi, I'm Dave Vickers and welcome to the Photo Show. We're going to do another Photoshop tutorial today, and this time we're going to show you how you can select colours and change them within images using a couple of simple steps within Photoshop to make it really easy. Now I've opened up this image here of the model against the blue background, and what I want to do is select out just the blue background so we can change the colour within Photoshop. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a new blank layer over the top of the original here. So if you come to the bottom of your layers palette, you've got a little icon here which is like a folded paper, and it says create new layer. So we click on that, and that's given us a new blank layer over the top which we're going to make our selection on. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come across the top here, and where it says select, click on there, and in the drop down menu you have what's called color range. So if we click on color range, that's going to bring up the color range dialog box. And as you can see here, we've got a preview in the box, which is a little bit odd at the moment. You can see that it's obviously the shape of the model, it's around the hair. But what we want to do is to select the background color. So we're going to pick the eyedropper here. The eyedropper here is for selecting the color. Bring it across into the image and click on where the blue is in the image here. And you can see now instantly that the preview has changed, so that the background, there's more white in the area where the blue is. We have this slider here called fuzziness, and the more we slide it, the more of the area will be selected. You can see there we're going too far because we're bringing in more detail within the model herself. What we want is the background to be as white as possible and the area that we don't want to select to be as black as possible. So let's bring the fuzziness down so we're kind of close. I think around there. So now we've got the model is masked out in black and the color background is showing in white. We do have a couple of areas where it hasn't quite taken it all out. There's a little bit round the side of the hair here and quite a bit down here on the corner, as you can see by the arm. So what we want to do is select that part out as well, and we have an eyedropper here with a plus, which is where we can add selection samples to. So we click on that, and we're going to come down to the bottom there and click on there. And you can see now we've selected that part out, and it's also taken care of this area around the hair as well. So a few more clicks, and we'll adjust the fuzziness again just one more time, just so we're getting this nice and clear. And there we go, we've got the background color is mainly in white, and the model area that we want masked out is in black. So click OK, and you can see now that on the main image it's put the March Gantz in, which is showing us that we've selected out the model from the background. The next thing we want to do is use an adjustment layer. So because we want to change the color, we're going to use hue and saturation adjustment levels. We could do it up here if this palette shows for you, but if not, come to the bottom and we've got a little like half moon symbol. If you click on that, and from the drop down list we have hue and saturation. So click on hue and saturation, and now that's loaded it in. You can see now we've got a hue and saturation level above our selected level, and it's given us a layer mask as well, which is masking the girl out from the background. Now if we start to move the hue slider, you can see now that the background color starts to change, and the model itself stays in the same color, and we can go right the way through to a sort of orangey color, through greens. Let's come back towards the blues where we started. 0 will be where we started, so that's the original color, and we'll come along the other way and we'll go through some purples here, heading into the pinks. And there we go, we've got a nice, we've changed the colour from the original blue colour that we had in the original image there, through to the hot pink colour that we've changed it to there. You can also use the saturation slider if you wanted to take the colour information out of it and just make it a grey background. And that works quite well. You know, we've changed the background colour. The model, if you watch her skin tones, are staying exactly the same. There we go. We can really bump the saturation up and bring it back down again. So that's a really simple way to just select out the colour and change the background colour. Let's try another image. So let's get rid of these now. shut this. Let's shut this image down and pick another image and select something else out from here. So let's come down. And we've got this image here of a red phone box, red London phone box. And obviously that the colour of the phone box is very distinctive, but we can use the same technique now just to change the colour of the phone box itself. So let's go through exactly the same technique. We'll add a blank layer in over the top, and we're going to use the colour range just to select out the area of the phone box. So select colour range. And you can see here the preview is showing absolutely nothing because we've not selected any colour at all. So we take our eyedropper and we'll bring it and we'll click onto the phone box. And you can see here that it's started to select out the phone box itself. We can adjust the fuzziness again, but you can see now it's starting to bring in some of the background again. So let's use the additional selection tools and we'll click up here. And it's selecting out more, but the problem we've got now is you can see that it's actually selecting some of the bricks as well, because obviously some of the tonal range of the phone box is the same as the bricks on the wall as well. So let's adjust the fuzziness a bit so we're just getting hopefully more just the phone box itself. Let's add a little bit in down there and adjust the fuzziness again. Okay, now I think that's about as good as we're going to get, because obviously what's happening here is these bricks within the image here and here are within the same colour range as the phone box itself. So we're going to click OK, and what we can do is we can use our layer mask in a moment to adjust the areas we want. So there we go, we've got the marching ant selection around the phone box itself, and we're going to do the same again. We're going to pick our hue and saturation level, and let's adjust the colour of the phone box itself. So we go through really bright green, and you can see now what we're saying is that the areas selected out have affected the bricks here as well. So let's keep going till we're happy with the colour that we want the phone box to be. Let's try the other way. Right, let's go with a nice Doctor Who blue. So there we go, we've changed the colour of the phone box, but as you can see here we've got a problem here because we do have some of the bricks selected out as well. And what we do is close that out, we'll select our layer mask within this area and we'll pick a brush tool, and you can see now if we use the brush tool with our foreground colour as black and just paint over, we can actually start to mask out the areas that have changed on the background. Obviously I'm not doing this as neatly as I would do normally if I was taking time. I'm just whizzing through it just to show you what the technique is. And just take out the bits that are blue here. And there we go. We've managed to turn the phone box from its original red colour into blue. So we've gone from the original red there to a Doctor Who blue, and all we've done is we've just changed the actual colour of the phone box itself. Everything else is staying exactly the same. And that is how you change colours in Photoshop. It's very simple, a couple of steps, using the colour selector tool. Hopefully this has been useful. Until next time, I'm Dave Vickers. See you then.